Okay, so now that we went over 3 potential acquisitions on the starting pitching side for the Yankees, and what I mean by that is realistic guys that they could actually get at the trading deadline based on standings for their team, other teams, the amount of cap room they have left, which is not a lot, and so on. So the criteria has been set, and I'm going to do the same now from the offensive side because their Yankees have already kind of acknowledged that they're going to be prioritizing left-handed bats. And it does make sense. They did trade Mike Tauchman away, got Wandy Peralta, who's been pitching pretty well. With the exception of yesterday, he's been pitching pretty well and is delivering some big outs. So he's been valuable. But that also took away a versatile left-handed bat and a good defensive glove for the Yankees. So Yankees need to, I think it would be a good idea for them to bring in a bat that has some value, but that also fits the criteria of being controllably cost, on a controllable cost, on a reasonable contract that gives value, that's not going to extort the team, but it's not going to also put him over the luxury tax threshold. Now, keep this in mind, too. The Yankees have Estevan Florial. He just got promoted to AAA, and I think you have to be there a minimum of 7 to 10 days before you can move up to the big show. I think that's the rule in AAA. And they've also have Greg Allen. They acquired him in the offseason. He's been with the Yankees ever since. He's a switch hitter. He's versatile. He's a good glove. He can run. He's fast. So he has value, and he's on a controllable contract until 2025. Okay, and I talked about him numerous times. But these 3 guys represent an upgrade over those 2. And it would require probably offloading, unfortunately, and a Clint Frazier or an Andujar or both, and potentially some other, prospect capital as well. But Andujar's blocked. And I think Frazier needs to either be, designated a starting player here, period, and or be given an opportunity to go somewhere and not be in a pressure-packed environment and be able to really, really let them showcase his talents without the pressure cooker of New York. His bat is heating up, but I have a feeling if they make a trade for a bat or a pitcher, he might be part of the package. So I like him, but he might be part of any deal, so unfortunately. But let's go over this list. Okay, the first one people have been talking about recently is Joey Gallo. He's a 27-year-old outfielder, left-handed bat from the Texas Rangers. Okay, this year he's hitting .223 with 7 home runs and 21 RBIs. Does have a .357 on-base percentage, which is significantly higher than his career on-base percentage, which is around in the 320s. So that's a good sign. It's an encouraging sign. And I wouldn't expect a high batting average from him. He's a career .210 hitter. He's hitting about .225. So I wouldn't expect that, but he's got a cannon for an arm in right field. What I don't know is whether if they would acquire him, whether they would put Judge in left or put him in left and keep Judge in right. That was where the kind of conundrum would present itself. But again, they would probably move Clint Frazier and maybe Andujar part of that deal. Andujar, like I said, is blocked, but he can go there, and the Rangers would be getting 2 young controllable players that could be valuable assets for them on a young dynamic team. And so that's something to keep in mind. He's on a reasonable contract. He's not a free agent until 2023, so he's controlled this year and next year. So he does have good value, and his left-handed bat would be perfect for that right field porch in Yankee Stadium. So he's number 1. Plus he's 27, so he kind of fits the mold of kind of the younger Yankee, way now. So number 2 is Ketel Marte, okay? And upon doing just some research, I like a few things about him. Number 1, he's a switch hitter. I like switch hitting versatility because it allows you to kind of put him anywhere in the lineup you want, differentiate, and from whether it's a left-handed pitcher or right-handed pitcher, it doesn't matter, okay? And so he gives the Yankees lineup and versatility. Plus, he plays infield and outfield. So he can back up outfielders, he can back up infielders, give guys days off, give guys DH days. So that versatility is really, really key. And even though Aaron Hicks is a switch hitter, he doesn't play the infield. This guy plays both. So that, to me, is great value for the Yankees. Greg Allen's a switch hitter, too. So he's hitting a ridiculous .462 right now. 2 home runs, 500 on-base percentage. Doesn't have a boatload of at-bats, obviously, but .846 slugging percentage. But he is a .285 career hitter, okay? And he's not a free agent until 2025, okay? And he's on a very reasonable contract. This year it's $6 million. 2022 is $8 million. 2023 is $10 million. 2024 is $12 million. So you add it up, that's $36 million for 4 years. And with his production, it's well worth it. Plus, if you get him at the deadline, the prorated deal, for what he has, what he would give for the rest of the year, plus the offsetting players you would be sending back. The Yankees would still be able to stay under the $210 million threshold, which is key. That's the mandate from Hal Steinbrenner. The Yankees have to stay under this threshold in order to make deals, in order to reset the luxury penalty for next year back down to 20% so they can spend. Okay, they did that right before 2019 so they could get Gerrit Cole. And they're going to do it again because there's some guys, obviously, that they want to get this offseason. So, and it makes sense as well. But he can bring some significant value to the team, I think. And again, you might have to move an Andujar for Gallo or Marte. You might have to move Andujar and Frazier. Both of those teams, Arizona and Texas, they can use young, controllable players. But again, his versatility constitutes an upgrade over either one of those players. So as much as I'd hate to see Frazier go and Andujar go, this is a worthwhile move for them. They're going to have to add in pitching prospect too, and in order to make it work. And the Yankees would probably assume this whole contract unless Texas threw in a little bit, but I doubt it. But we'll see. Crazy things have happened, but I think he's a realistic get too. And last but not least is Brian Reynolds from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Another switch hitter. Okay, another young switch hitter who's not a free agent until 2026. Okay, that's another valuable key. All right. 3 home runs this year. He's batting .299. He's got 15 RBI. So a productive player. But again, that versatility, being a switch hitter, allows the Yankees to be creative with lineups. And it's a really, really good thing. And he's young. Okay? He's not a free agent until 2026. That's a lot of value. Okay? If you're young and you're on a controllable contract, or you have controllable years and the contract's affordable, that's gold in terms of trade value, gold in terms of value for a team. So, and I think, he's on a team, Pittsburgh, they're in last. They need to restock. They need to retool. The Yankees can give them a lot of value. Again, it would probably cost Frazier and Andujar, but worth it. Pirates need guys, okay? The Yankees made a trade with Tyon last year for Tyon this offseason. They gave up some prospects, but this is an opportunity for Pittsburgh to recoup some better ones, okay? Same goes with Arizona. They're in the bottom. They need to recoup some prospect value. So is Texas, the bottom. They need to recoup some prospect value. That's why these teams make sense, because they're on the bottom, and they need to bring in guys that are going to help accelerate a rebuild. Okay, these guys are not contenders, and they're not really set up to be contenders anytime soon, unfortunately. And the Yankees can help give them some guys that already contribute at the major league level and some high-end minor league talent to help facilitate a trade like this. Okay, so to me, Joey Gallo, Ketel, Marte, and Brian Reynolds are the most probably gettable guys for the Yankees. And there's other names like Corey Seager, but I'm not going to go after the sexy names or the big names like Trevor Story because it's not realistic. Okay, yeah, in this offseason it could be realistic. I don't know what their plans are, but different story right now. And they need a left-handed bat. These guys, you have a pure left-handed bat who's got great value and it could be a key player. And you got 2 versatile young switch-hitting players who can cause all kinds of disruption for other teams. So these are the most realistic guys, in my opinion. If there's other guys you can think of, let me know. Put them in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. So if you enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, I have a lot more coming. Hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.